Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Vibes Were Off. I'm Kathryn.
And I'm Meg.
Thanks for coming back. If you are listening to this, the Patreon is live.
Oh, yes.
She got excited. The Patreon is live.
Yay! We did it. Bonus
It took
episodes.
Months, I tell you, months. But we have two tiers. We have a $3 tier, which is just we like what you're doing. We like the way things are going, but we want to see decor.
Let's amp it up.
We want to get color on the wall. We want to get better microphones.
Yeah.
That's your support. And then we have an $8 tier. And in that tier, you get 2 bonus episodes a month.
And we're going just wild with those.
2 extra bonus episodes. That's 2 extra hours of fun every month. For
Or
$8? What a steal.
Yeah.
And listen, we're going to get about $6.50 of that. So
Watch out.
Watch out, world. We're going crazy.
But also, if you are signing up for those and you want those bonus episodes, you can also send us messages and we will prioritize whatever stories that you want to hear.
Absolutely. You get your front of the line VIP. I also created a special Patreon subscriber sticker. We're going to post that right here on my hand. See?
Oh.
Do you see it? It's like the Disney magic.
Do you see it?
Is it sparkling? Do you love it? If you want it, you have to sign up. $8 right here.
Yeah.
And more merch to come. So we'll just keep doing that. But how exciting. We made it.
Very exciting.
We did it.
Yeah.
It's been really cool to see kind of our, growth, our path as we've been doing this for about 6 months now.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's been fantastic.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Because we're like about 30, almost 40 episodes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're getting good views, good likes, good comments. So thank everybody for doing that.
Yeah.
It brightens our day every single time.
Yeah.
Even if it's
just one like, we're like,
yes, we did it. I call her all the time.
Somebody liked it.
Screenshot. Like, did you see it? Did you see it?
Somebody commented.
They said it was good.
So it really does make a difference to us.
It does. And I want to do a special shout out because I know a lot of folks, and Meg knows one folk that is a truck driver. Our dad's a truck driver, an over-the-road truck driver. And a lot of our listeners are truck drivers. And just thank you so much for everything that you do. You keep our economy running. You're doing a really good job. So thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Us keeping you entertained on your long drive.
Hopefully.
Yeah. If not, let us know.
Yeah. All right. We got to get into this story because they're like, TikTok. Where's the content?
Here we go. Okay. So this is part 2 of Mark Goodyear. And the title is Survivor or Storyteller?
Okay.
You decide.
Why not both?
Yep. Okay. So I have my story. So we'll wait for all questions. Okay.
Okay. You know I'm good at that.
Sometime in 1994, Tony Harris walked into a brightly lit room in a nondescript building in Indianapolis. Tony was of average height, average weight, and average looks. He was so very unassuming. He walked up to the receptionist and asked her for a detective over the missing persons department. His hand shook as the petite blonde behind the desk pointed to a set of chairs and asked him to wait. It took some effort to put one foot in front of the other, but finally he approached the plastic chair. He hesitated before sitting down. The chairs were stained with some unknown substance. Now he wished he brought something to sit on. As delicately as he could, he balanced on the edge of the seat, hopeful someone would be out to talk with him soon. The building was giving him the creeps. It was somehow overwhelmingly loud and deserted at the same time. Every noise felt like it was piercing his skull. Or maybe that was the migraine that had been sitting right between his eyes for the last few days. Ever since he decided to bring his story to the police. But he knew he was onto something and his friends deserved justice. He ran his fingers through his hair as he went over his theory. "Sir," the receptionist's voice broke through his train of thought. "You can go back now," she told him gently as she pointed to his right. "Thank you," he whispered as he stood up. He ran his clammy hands on his jeans, needing to wipe away the sweat there before he met with whoever was behind that door. It took an eternity to walk the 12 steps to reach the door, but he made it, and after turning the knob, he knew his life would never be the same. "Right this way," a man greeted him after he crossed the threshold, separating the public from the officers. He followed behind the man, focusing on his shoes as they walked. Boy, this guy could really use a stylist. Didn't he know that brown shoes don't go with black pants? "Wait in here," the man directed him. Tony sighed. Great, another dirty plastic chair. The man who walked him back turned to leave and closed the door. "Please leave it open," Tony called, not wanting to be caged in this room. "The detective will be right with you." The man turned and disappeared out of sight, but thankfully left the door open. His eyes darted around the room. Was there a camera in here? Were they watching him? How long would they make him wait? His leg bounced in a frantic rhythm that mirrored his heart rate. "Where is that guy?" he muttered frustratedly under his breath. "I'm right here," a woman's voice preceded her into the room. "Oh, hi, ma'am," he said lamely. "Are you the detective working the missing persons cases?" "The one and only," she responded with a smile. "Now what can I help you with?" Her sentence trailed off. Tony Harris, he replied. "Nice to meet you, Tony. Do you have something to tell me?" she asked as she plopped her notebook down, the white paper blending into the desk. "Yes," Tony yelled at her. I think you know who is taking the gay men that have gone missing." She tilted her head. "You mean where they've all gone?" "No, that's just it," he said as he leaned in closer to her. "I know the man who is taking them and killing them." "Okay, tell me your theory." She grabbed her pen and began to write. "You see, it started the other night. I was at our place downtown and I met this man. He was attractive and had amazing style. We hit it off immediately. When he asked me to go home with him, it was a no-brainer." She paused to look at him. "Explain that to me." "Well, he was rich. He told me he had a mansion on a ranch, complete with an indoor pool and bar." "Keep going," she prompted. "Well, I got in his car and we went over to his house. It was exactly as he described it. A massive piece of land with a French Tudor-style mansion at the end of a long, winding driveway. We went straight to the pool and he made me a drink." "Then what happened?" she prompted. "It was awful, so I didn't finish it." "The drink was awful?" she asked as she circled something. "Yes, but he was so charming and we were getting along, so I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I poured it out and we kept partying." "Now, when you say partying, what do you mean exactly?" "We were swimming," he said. "And what else?" she probed. "What? We did a little coke, but that was it. And then we really did just hang in the pool." "Go on," she prompted. "Well, then one thing led to the other, and we had sex." "Right. Then," Tony wrung his hands. "That's when it got really weird. He asked if I liked bondage and if I would tie him up." He paused at the woman's expression. Her eyebrow was almost in her hairline. "I did, but it was consensual, I swear. That's not the crazy part." "Get to it then." "Well, after he woke back up, he asked if he could choke me. I said, absolutely not. I'm not into that. But that's when his demeanor changed. His eyes went black. He grabbed the pool hose and wrapped it around my neck. But I started fighting, and fighting hard. I hit him on the head a few times, and it was enough for him to let go of the hose." The detective was nodding and writing furiously. "What did you do next?" "He apologized, over and over. He was so remorseful. And then he left." "What do you mean he left? He left you alone?" "Yeah, he went to the main house and left me in the pool area. I waited for him to come back, but he never did." "So how did you get out of there?" I fell asleep on the pool chase." He paused and looked down. "He woke me up in the morning and drove me back to my car." She stopped writing. "He woke you up and took you back to your car?" "Yes, but listen, this guy is dangerous. I don't know how I survived, but he is a killer. I just know it." "And what evidence do you have of that, Mr. Harris?" she demanded as she leaned back in her chair. He told me. Tony laid all his cards on the table. He told me he killed 56 men. Woo! We're done.
Okay.
You may ask
back
questions.
in. Okay.
You may ask your questions.
So this is our guy from last episode.
This is.
Okay.
This is our boy.
Okay. I just think maybe not the best way to get somebody to, like, I don't know, like, go chase after this man like he's a serious threat. Mm-hmm. Like, I get it. You're just telling the facts. You're like, this is what happened.
The facts.
But I think, like, you know, you could have just been like, this guy tried to kill me. I got away.
I think you could have skipped all that and be like, hey, this bro just told me he killed 56 people.
Or that.
Like,
you
can
know,
we look
because, like,
into it?
you're kind of, like, decrediting yourself, giving so much. Because you have to know also at this time,
yes,
the stigma
not real friendly
around, right. So, I don't know. Again, he's just trying to be truthful.
Yeah.
But I don't see them really taking him seriously.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is part 2 of the Mark Goodyear survival story. We are now in the second chapter of his story, and today I'm going to give you a lot of information. Just remember that not everything you hear is true. We will put our heads together to try and piece his story together.
Like, from you or
Everything.
okay.
You know nothing.
Okay, perfect.
Okay? So get your pen and paper ready because you're going to need it.
I didn't bring it. I have my laptop.
Oh my God. Well, this is awkward. Well, don't click clack.
Clickety clack.
Oh my goodness.
No, it's okay. Steel trap.
Yeah, absolutely. Believe her, everyone.
I'm so ready.
Okay, so in 1994, a man claiming to be Tony Harris really did walk into a police station and told the incredible story of survival from a man he claimed to be a serial killer. That man's true identity would remain unknown for decades. It was only after many years that the man would reveal his true identity, and that man was Mark Goodyear.
I was like, yeah, I didn't even like really catch that, but he also gave a fake name.
He did. Straight off the bat.
So, come on, Tony.
So he claims that a man named Brian Smart had picked him up from a local gay bar, took him back to his house, and tried to kill him. He begged authorities to go search the home and property where he had been, but there were a few issues. First of those, there was no Brian Smart in the area.
Right. Like, you didn't think he also gave you a fake name?
Everybody's using fake names.
Right.
Yeah. But that wasn't too much of a surprise, though. Most men in the local scene used fake names. They had to protect their true identity. Sadly, it wasn't safe for anyone to be out of the closet, and the LGBT scene was targeted for attacks.
Yeah. Also, I mean, he did tell the guy that he was married, too.
Right.
So, of course, he's not going to give you his
real name.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, this is where my wife lives. Like, no. But Tony, a.k.a. Mark, wasn't going to give up that easily. When he realized the police weren't able to help him, he took matters into his own hands. He spent all of his time going to bars and clubs looking for the mystery man. And his persistence paid off one night, months after the attack. He saw Brian looking at a missing poster wall. Mark knew he had him. He watched him all night and followed him out to his car when he left. He made sure to get his license plate number. The next morning, Mark went straight to the police and gave them the number he wrote down. A quick search revealed the name of the man they had been searching for. Herbert Richard Baumeister.
Yeah, I probably would say my name was Brian, too.
Yeah. Herbert.
Herbert.
You can call me Herb.
Baumeister.
Like the space. Yeah. Right.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. So he was a prominent businessman who was happily married with children.
Yep.
The police were skeptical, to say the least, and they were very reluctant to even question him.
Yeah, because he has wealth.
Right. Yeah, forget about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the backstory on old Herbert.
Okay,
So
in it.
Herbert Baumeister was born April 7th, 1947 in Indianapolis, Indiana, to Dr. Herbert Eugene Baumeister, an anesthesiologist, and Elizabeth Baumeister, a homemaker and socialite. Mm-hmm. The socialites of Indiana. Yeah. Watch out, Real Housewives.
They're coming for you.
They're coming for Indiana. So he was the oldest of 4 children, and he had a mostly normal childhood until he got to middle school. That's when he started exhibiting some interesting characteristics.
Okay.
He was very interested in urophilia. I know you well, Meg, so I know you're tilting your head at me right now.
Did you read that?
I did. I was in it. I was like, I know she's going to be so confused.
What is that?
Yeah.
But
I won't leave you hanging. No. Urophilia is a special paraphilia where an individual derives sexual arousal or gratification from urine or the act of urination.
Okay. I thought that was where it's going to go.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay.
So this can include the sight, smell, or taste of urine, as well as the sound of someone urinating or the act of being urinated upon. Listen, if that's your kink, pop off. Like, you do you.
Okay.
But it was a little much.
Yeah.
So he often pondered what would it be like to drink his friend's urine.
Okay.
But he told them, he was like, hey, can I get a cup?
And this is how you become a social outcast.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Sir.
Like, you going to pee?
Can I
Take this with you? Can I just listen behind the door? Yeah, no, it did not make him popular.
Oh, no.
Herb. I know. So I said, as you know, it's one thing to fantasize about something, but this little shit urinated everywhere, and he got pleasure out of it.
Oh, he also pees on stuff?
On everything.
Come on.
Yeah. So he actually peed on his teacher's desk frequently, and he also enjoyed playing with dead animals. He left a crow on his teacher's desk.
Okay. And that's when you take him to the hospital and
Thank
you say,
you so
I'm not
much.
really sure what's wrong with this one.
Something is crazy.
Something is wrong.
Yeah. So his actions disturbed his parents so much so that his father demanded he be evaluated at a psychiatric hospital as a teenager.
Good job, Dad.
Good job, Dad, right?
Yeah.
So he was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia and an antisocial personality disorder.
It's always the combo.
Right. It's popular.
And it never, yeah.
So good to his parents, getting him into treatment early to protect not only him, but everyone else. Mm-hmm. Yay. But alas, even with the diagnosis, his father refused to get his son treated and forbade him from taking medication.
You're a doctor, though.
Right. He's like, I just wanted to know what he had. I didn't want to, take medicine for it.
Not just a doctor. You're an anesthesiologist. So you know, the power of correct drugs. Mm-hmm. Right? You think you'd be...
They were like, he's just a little paranoid. It's fine.
Okay.
He's just peeing everywhere. He'll be fine. So he graduated high school in 1965, and then he attended Indiana University for a semester before dropping out.
Yeah.
It took almost 2 years of persuasion by his parents, but he gave college another go in 1967. He dropped out a few weeks later.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in 1972, he enrolled at Butler University after a short stint in the mental institution.
Just a brief stay.
But that only lasted a semester too.
Yeah.
So we've been trying to go to school for 7 years.
And maybe it's just not for
happening.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
So he finally gave up on college and job hopped around for a while. Interestingly enough, his coworkers would describe him as really weird, but having a very strong work ethic.
Okay. That's not so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Just the peeing everywhere.
He's
probably.
weird.
Yes.
But he does a good job, so people look past his quirkiness.
Sure. So he married his college girlfriend, Juliana Sater, in November 1971 in a Methodist ceremony.
How did he get a girlfriend?
Isn't that sweet? But just 6 months after their wedding ceremony, Herb Sr. committed his son to a mental hospital involuntarily.
Yeah.
It was very interesting as his wife was unaware of this until it happened. And he spent 2 months in the hospital and then was released to a very confused Juliana.
Girl.
She's like, what? Nothing happens. We'll get into it. You just keep that little nugget in the back of your brain.
You pee on me once and we're done. So, I mean, unless she was into it too, I don't know.
Which maybe.
Or maybe they just
That's great for each other.
they never touched.
That would be it.
That's why she didn't know anything was going on.
So they would go on to have 3 children, which Juliana calls a miracle because she and Herb only had sex about 6 times over their 25-year marriage.
Yeah, that
They must have been very fertile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, we're like, time this out right, because neither one of us wants to do this.
6 times in 25 years.
Okay.
That's it. But they must have been very fertile. By all accounts, he was gentle and supportive to his family, with Juliana saying her husband was never rude or mean in her presence.
Yeah, I don't think you spent any time with him.
No, it sounds like not.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, good thing.
That
Thanks. Okay. In 1974, Baumeister found work at the Indiana Bureau of Motor Vehicles. Here he showed his untraditional ideas about gender roles, where he sent his colleagues a Christmas card of himself and another man dressed in drag. Like, pop off. But nobody...
I don't think anybody got the joke.
Nobody
They were
was like, okay.
Also, because you're married with children.
Right. They're like, weird, but all
Yeah.
right. So this quirky behavior shifted to him becoming domineering and aggressive. Though he rose to the level of program director, the BMV, Bureau of Motor Vehicles, terminated him in 1985 after he urinated on a letter to Governor Robert D. Orr and was held responsible for urine found months earlier in his manager's desk. So he's steady peeing on everything.
Still. Yeah, no.
He's just peeing everywhere.
I'm sure he was the first guy they went to.
Like,
Herb, we gotta talk.
Herb, you pissing everywhere again?
This is your MO.
Jesus. You gotta go, Herb. Okay. So he was also arrested for a hit-and-run accident while drunk in September 1985 and for a conspiracy to commit theft in March 1986, but both charges were dropped. In 1988, Herb borrowed $4,000 from his mom, which, where's your mom got all the money? And opened a very successful thrift shop called Save-A-Lot.
Okay.
Cute. It was so successful that he opened another location shortly after. Life was looking really good for the Baumeister family, at least on the surface.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next part, I'm going to bring a little bit from part 1, where we talked about the I-70 strangler, that the bodies were found from like the 80s to 1991. That's going to clock for you because in May of 1991, the family bought an 18-acre farm in Westfield, Indiana, just north of Indianapolis.
Okay.
So he's got space now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to dump them by the side of the road
All
anymore.
of a sudden, the
Oh, it
strangling
stopped.
stop, the murder
Crazy.
stopped.
Yep. So he bought a large French Tudor home with over 11,000 square feet of living space.
Okay, that's a big house.
11,000 square foot house. It had 4 bedrooms, an indoor pool, a 5-car garage with a large apartment over it, and more. It was their dream home. Interesting side quest here. There is footage out there of Herb in the early 90s being interviewed right outside of his farm for a local like fluff news piece story about the city painting lane lines in front of his house.
Oh, okay.
And he was upset because they had painted right over a raccoon. He was real mad
Livid.
because he felt the city had degraded the poor animal's body and they were being too lazy to move it. So he was filing a complaint.
Okay.
How dare they do that to a raccoon? I watched it,
know.
and he's just sitting there. He's like, and I knew it, and I told my son they were going to run right over it, and they did. And like, he's literally standing in front of the place where they would go on to find bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's always the ones that
Right.
complain the loudest that do the behavior themselves.
I'll try and post it on one of our socials so you can see it.
Yeah, that'd be
'cause
great.
He's standing in front of dead humans,
Sir.
complaining about a raccoon that got painted over.
I fear we've lost the plot.
Yep. But as their business got busier, so did they. Juliana spent most of her time with the children, and in the summers, she would take them on vacation with her family.
Yeah.
So he was alone all summer. Herb, however, would stay in Indiana to take care of the stores and live his secret double life. I do wonder if the series of events that had followed Herb would have happened if he had been able to be out and free to love whoever he wanted. But we'll never know. And that definitely doesn't give him an excuse for what he did. I just hate that so many people were forced to hide their true selves.
Yeah.
Like, it couldn't have helped.
No.
If he had to do this, like, thing in the dark, you know.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he just liked killing people.
Unfortunately.
So
Yeah,
I think he probably would have done this. I think he probably would have done more, honestly.
Really?
If he was able to be out and open and it was acceptable.
Jesus. Oh.
Because I think it would have been easier for him to pick up men, to get them back. There wouldn't have been like the stigma. I honestly feel like he probably could have done more.
We'll go the other way on that one. Oh, Jesus. Okay, no.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you're probably not wrong. So throughout the 1980s and early 1990s, gay men of a certain height, weight, and body type were going missing and being found murdered throughout Indiana and the surrounding areas.
Right, but no red flag or anything. Definitely probably not the same person.
No, this whole story is just it gets so much worse. It's going to piss you off. But the police were convinced there was a serial killer working the I-70 highway, but when the bodies stopped showing up in the early 90s, they closed the case and it sat on the shelf and they were like, time to move on.
Problem solved.
We probably got him, guys. Don't worry about it.
He probably died or moved away.
So that was until the same profile of men began going missing in the early 1990s in Indianapolis. The men all seemed to frequent the scene downtown, and quite a few were known to be prostitutes. It seemed like their killer was back at it.
But this time they weren't finding bodies, right?
No, they're just men.
Missing,
Yes.
right? So but I feel like that's probably even worse,
right?
Because there's not the same urgency. It's
No.
not like there's a killer out there, like, oh, well, they just go missing.
Yeah,
and I'm sure they were like, but they're gay men.
Yeah, there was no urgency. It
right,
was like,
exactly.
they're adults. Who cares?
Right. Mm-hmm. It's like how they treat runaway teens.
Right.
Like, I'm sure
So
they left of their own volition.
They'll
be
back.
Come back when they're ready.
So I said the police had no leads. Not that they were looking very hard, in my own personal opinion.
No.
Just blanket in my own opinion. This whole rest of this thing.
Yeah.
That was until a man claiming to be Tony Harris walked into the police station and put them on the trail of Brian Smart, later known to be Herb Baumeister. Even though they were doubtful, detectives went to his house to question him. When he and his wife declined to let the police search their home, they just left. They were like, got us.
Yeah.
You probably didn't do it anyway. So
but also, like,
we tried.
Where are you going to look?
The house, the pool.
I know, but, like,
Yeah.
I don't think they would have found anything anyways.
Well,
maybe.
Yeah.
But
but after all, there was no way this loving family man was a gay serial killer.
Exactly.
That's no chance.
That's wild.
Yeah. And at the end of it, what? Oh, I was like, at the end,
like,
no.
no.
And that was the end of it for a while. There we
go.
More men continued to go missing, though, and the locals were getting increasingly more disturbed. When the missing men grew to dozens, local law enforcement was forced to take the case seriously.
Yeah.
Because all of these men had families missing them.
Right. They're like,
They weren't disposable.
Yeah.
They were like, no, my brother's missing. My dad's missing.
He wouldn't have just, like, left and not said anything to anybody.
Like,
yeah.
Figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
So the woman at the center of this investigation was Mary Wilson. She was the one digging into the disappearances and trying to solve their cases. So she chased down as many leads as she could, but she was blocked at almost every turn. The collective thought of the higher-ups in the force was they had deemed these men not to be as important as the others just because they were gay.
Yeah, well, and honestly, that's probably why they gave it to the female detective, too.
They were like, we're not
You
dealing
can do
with this.
Yeah.
Ew. I guarantee you that's why. Detective Wilson had actually interviewed Herb at his Save-A-Lot store, and she noted that he was weird, very strange, and was seemingly about to fall apart. With just a few questions, she broke this little psychopath.
Yeah, because thank you.
Yeah.
Red flag.
Yes.
Right. This guy's a weirdo.
Yeah. At the mere mention of the men, the gay men, he fell apart.
Yeah.
He was like, no, not me. What? Ew, no, never me. She's like, okay, we're just asking questions.
Yeah.
Why are you acting
Why
so
are
strange?
you so defensive?
But the big break they needed came in the summer of 1994. The families of two of the missing men, Alan Broussard and Roger Allen Goodlett, hired Virgil Vandegrift to get their loved ones. Virgil was a 20-year-old veteran of the Marion County Sheriff's Department. He had over a multi-decade law enforcement career. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And he worked on many of Indianapolis's most prominent high-profile cases, including the Speedway bombings and the Burger Chef murders.
I am
about those?
so interested in that.
Okay.
Please do that next.
Yeah. Next one. Okay. He actually earned the nickname the Mind Detective after introducing forensic hypnosis and polygraph tools to the department, utilizing them in thousands of cases. The Mind Detective.
Yeah.
I like it.
I have a lot of feelings about polygraphs, but
Yeah.
I can get behind some hypnosis.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You're like, never take a polygraph. Don't do it. That's silly. Don't do it. But hypnosis? Put me under.
You
Let's
might
see
be
what
onto
happens.
something.
Yeah. That's hilarious. So after retiring from public duty, he opened his private investigation firm, Vandegrift and Associates, in 1983. Tragically, he harbored a deep personal understanding of a victim's grief after his own stepdaughter was murdered. So recognizing that local authorities were initially reluctant to dedicate resources due to systemic biases at the time, Vandegrift bridged the gap by printing flyers and building deep lines of communication within the local gay community. His proactive outreach led him directly to Tony Harris, Mark, and Virgil used aerial photography to gather evidence and brought that to the police department to advocate for a search warrant. He was like, I got it. Y'all, shut up. I got it. Yep. Herb was beginning to feel the pressure from the local police, and it had a negative impact on his business and eventually his marriage. His wife filed for divorce in January of 1996, and following her husband's increasingly strange behavior, she eventually relented and allowed the police to search the property. That's all they needed. Just one of them to be like,
Girl. But come on.
yeah.
Especially like when it all comes out and you're like, that's who you were protecting.
No, wait till I get to the next paragraph. Okay. And you're going to be like, nah, this bitch crazy. Okay.
I mean, she has to be.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you a tale that Julie, we call her Julie, Julie,
okay.
told through her attorney, William Wensling. She told William that sometime in 1994, their family had a strange experience. When her son was playing out in their yard, he came back to the house with a full human skull on a stick. Imagine my stick. And there's a human skull on the end of my stick. And she was like, Weird, kiddo. But, okay. Let's all just pause to take that in. Her child found a real human skull. Now, did she freak out? No.
She's like, go put that back where you found it.
No, she did not. Julie took the skull from her son and instructed him to stay away from the rest of the complete skeleton that he had found. It's like, he brought it back. He was like, the rest of it's just right back there, Ma. And she said, well, all right, Timmy, give this to me. Okay. What did she do?
Definitely called the police.
She casually asked Herb about it. You know, the old, hey, honey, do you know where the skeleton came from?
Because she knew.
Yeah.
She knew.
Right?
She's like, hey, could you do a better job getting rid of these bodies? Because our children are finding them.
Jesus Christ.
That's what happened.
Well, Herbie there had a perfectly normal response. He claimed that it must have been a teaching skeleton that his father, who had never lived at their home, had left over there. 'Cause, you know, oopsies. And that it had been in the garage, but a raccoon must have moved it to the woods.
Those raccoons.
It just, like, perfectly grabbed each piece.
Yeah. And
Was it
set
200?
up.
Is it 206 bones in the human body? Is that what it is?
You were the EMT.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, 206. It took each one and then perfectly placed it back in the exact order. And it was just a teaching skeleton. Like, don't get weird.
That's ridiculous. Stay cool.
But Julie was all like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Crazy. Can you go pick it up, though?
Thank you so much for explaining that to me so I can move on with my life.
Just gonna totally forget that ever happened.
Yeah.
But, like, can you go pick it up? Like, maybe put it back in the garage, I guess. And she said, I don't want our kids to be playing with bones. This is 94.
Yeah.
The search warrant wasn't until 96.
Yeah, no, she knew.
So he vowed to get rid of them. He was all like, my bad. And he just made like a casual bonfire that night and burned the skeleton. And the family forgot about it.
And they all move on.
And they were like, crazy. Why'd you burn it? We won't ask questions.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Yeah.
They must destroy it.
They're like, shh. Like, go cook, sweetheart.
No.
Yeah. So she forgot about it until she filed for divorce. And she was like,
you know what?
I just remembered.
I just finally picked my head up out of the sand.
Yeah. I mean, she really wanted full custody of those kids.
And yeah, all the money, probably.
Right.
She's like, you know what? It would work out for me better if he went to jail.
I should probably tell the police about this. So the police hightailed it to the property and began searching. It didn't take them long to find bodies. Body after body was discovered on the grounds of Fox Hollow Farms. Checkmate, right? Wrong.
Okay.
Wrong again. Okay.
Because again, I mean, you don't know that he murdered anybody.
Right. We
There's
don't
just
want to jump to
bones
conclusions.
on the property.
Right.
I mean, we were kind of joking about it, but like, can you imagine finding out that was your loved one?
No.
That like a child was like running around with
their skull. Yeah.
the disrespect.
Yeah, but also, what are those kids turned out to be?
Oh,
like,
yeah, you have to be messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
at the very least, you just saw skeletons.
yeah, that property haunted as hell.
We'll get to it. Yeah, we'll get to it. Ghost adventures.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Herb had taken his son to a cabin that the family had owned, but Julie wasn't having it. She, through her attorney, went to court to get an emergency order to get her son back, and it was granted. Herb, amazingly enough, brought their son back to the farm, where police were swarming due to the dozens of skeletons they were unearthing.
Yeah, did he know that the police were there, or was that a surprise to
I
him?
think that was a surprise.
Okay.
But don't worry. Police declined to arrest or even detain Herb as they didn't have enough evidence. They didn't even question him about the bodies that were found on his property. Police told him he was free to go, so go he went. He packed a very large bag and was in the wind.
Right. He's got money.
He was like, oh, I could go? Don't
Bet.
mind this bag. I'm going to
what
head on out.
countries don't extradite? I'm going there.
Right.
Like, what are we kidding?
Yeah, I think I might say this later, but I'll tell you now, and if I reread it, it's fine. It's because the lead detective investigator, whatever, was like, well, we don't know how they died yet. We can't charge him with anything. They could have just, like, wandered onto his property and died.
No. Like,
yeah.
I think you have enough probable cause to at least hold him.
They
or
didn't even ask him
him
a question. Not a single question. They were like,
maybe that's how you find out. Like, hey,
yeah,
do you know how these bodies ended up here?
No. But it makes you wonder, what the fuck connection did y'all have?
Yeah.
Because there had to have been something. No way you let that man off.
Either that or, like, they just really didn't care. Which is wild because you don't know
who they are.
Who these people are.
If it's a male, female, you don't know.
You don't know.
Children, no idea. Because they're just bones. So, he packed his bag and was in the wind. He skipped out on a scheduled divorce hearing and abandoned his failing Save-A-Lot thrift stores.
Yeah, he doesn't care about that anymore.
No. So he fled Indiana and drove north, crossing the border into Canada.
Good old Canada.
Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada.
Newsflash there, Herb. They probably don't want you either.
Don't worry. He doesn't stay long.
Okay, perfect.
It wasn't until a few days later that the police issued an arrest warrant for Herb.
Yeah, but probably a little late.
Yeah. He's gone.
Because, yeah, he saw you.
Right.
Busting him, and you said, we'll be in touch later. Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see how far you get. And
right.
then if we want to come back.
Of course, he was like, okay, bye.
Yeah. So while hiding out in Canada, Ontario provincial police discovered Baumeister sleeping in his car at Piney Provincial Park. They made a police report, and they made special note of how messy his car was. It was packed to the brim with belongings, including many, many VHS tapes in the back seat.
What's on those tapes? What's on those tapes?
We don't know.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
I want you to remember this. How packed his car is.
Yeah.
Okay?
Honestly, though, like, maybe, I don't know how much money he has, but, like, if you're going to be on the lam, maybe, like, be inconspicuous.
Right. Well, he was just sleeping in his car.
Right.
Yeah.
That's conspicuous. Right.
No,
Like,
they let him go.
you get
It's
a motel.
Canada. No, it's Canada. They
yeah,
were like,
but now there's a record.
yeah, there is. So they were unaware of the arrest warrant or the gruesome discoveries at Fox Hollow Farm, obviously.
Yeah.
So the officers merely asked him to move along and leave the area.
Get out of here, you
He said,
weirdo.
"Bet. I'm leaving. Let me pee on you before I go."
I was waiting for that. Like, there's a suspicious amount of urine around your car, sir.
Yeah.
We're concerned for
What's
you.
happening? Are you hydrated? I don't know.
Or you just had like jars of pee
Yeah.
in his
Ooh.
seat.
Gross.
Yeah.
Just 2 days later, Herb paid $7 to park at the Piney Provincial Park on Lake Huron. He wrote out a 3-page suicide letter on yellow notebook paper. Ew.
Was it front and back?
I don't know. Damn it.
Okay.
Like my
the
journalistic
questions.
integrity. I don't know. So he wrote about regretting messing up the park. He was like, "Sorry for the mess I'm about to leave." He detailed that he had changed his final resting place after trying another park, but seeing that there were children playing there, he changed his mind.
Yeah, because he couldn't
He's
do
not
that.
a monster,
He's
okay?
not crazy.
He droned on and on about his failing business and marriage and his boring ass life. He told all the mundane details of the last days of his life and his trip. He was like, "Let me tell you about this trip I just took."
Yeah, he's got to tell somebody.
Yeah. So he told every
I
detail.
feel like Herbert is a gabber.
He's
you
a
know?
chatty Cathy.
Yeah.
Yep. So he said that he was going to make himself a peanut butter sandwich and then go to sleep.
Who cares? Who cares what you're eating?
This is like his final meal.
Did he like, I don't know, like apologize
We'll
for
get
all
to
the
it.
people that he offed?
No,
like,
no.
my bad? No, but let me make sure you know what I ate.
I'm having a peanut butter sandwich, okay, everybody?
Ugh.
So he tucked the letter into an envelope that said, "Attention Canadian authorities." He then, so this is strange. I'm going to try to, it's all strange. So he pushed sand into a small mound,
Okay.
like created a little like
I'm with you.
grave, I guess.
Yeah.
Killed some birds.
Wait, hold on. He,
Okay.
okay. Like a little place where he could fall.
Yes.
Okay, that was like kind of lifted up.
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm with you now.
He either killed some birds or found some dead birds.
No, he killed them.
Unsure.
There's just like a bunch of dead birds laying around the park.
Yeah, so he scattered their bodies around himself before shooting himself in the head with a .357 Magnum.
Oh, he went through with it. Okay.
Oh, he did. Yeah,
Yes.
he definitely killed himself.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna write a note,
Yeah, you kind of.
yeah.
I mean, so he did not write a single word about his victims or crimes. Not a single thing.
Yeah. Before anybody comes at me, I was not suggesting like, oh, well, if you already wrote the suicide note, go ahead and kill yourself. I don't mean that.
Don't
I
kill
meant
yourself.
this man,
Just
this
him.
specific man.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing it.
So his gray Buick that he was driving, that he had just got stopped in a few days earlier, that was packed to the brim, was found completely stripped, carpet and all, and there was not a single thing in his car.
Okay. So
Think about that.
did he either get the most thorough carjacking that ever happened in Canada?
History.
Definitely in the history of Canada.
Yep.
Or did he do it himself before? But then where did he put all the stuff? Where's the stuff? Do we get to that? Do we find his stuff?
Never.
I'm leaving. I need to know what's on those VHS tapes.
He didn't pull his own carpet out. Who pulled his carpet out?
I don't know.
Okay.
Wait. Okay, continue.
Of interesting note here, Mark Goodyear, said at the end of Herb's life, his fingers were so swollen he wasn't able to do much, and claims there's no way he would have been able to pull the trigger of the gun. And the gun? You didn't ask about the gun. The hiker who found Herb claims it was not at the scene because he looked for it.
That's the first thing I do.
Well, what a weird scene to come up.
Right.
But like he saw a guy laying dead and he's like, well, let me see if I can get a gun to take.
You know, I bet he
tucked it in.
I wonder if he's a true crime junkie, you
He
know?
did. Well, he was on one of the episodes about this case. There's many.
Yeah.
He was like, there was no gun on that scene.
Yeah.
But police dispute that.
Okay.
They were like, yeah, we got it. We don't want to show it to you, though. But we have it.
Did they say where they found it?
By his body.
Just out in the open? Mm-hmm. So, see, if you have, like, a witness who said, like, I definitely didn't see it.
Right.
Maybe say, like, oh, it was under his body. He fell on it, and that's why you didn't find it.
Nope.
But we have it, because that I'd believe.
Right.
But you're telling me...
They were like, it is out in the open.
It was right there.
Right by his hand. Right by his body.
No.
Mm-hmm. But the questions will always remain. Now, with Herb dead, there was only one person who claimed to know what happened in that house. And Mark Goodyear was ready to talk.
Okay.
Dun, dun.
Wait,
Did you
is
like
that-
part 2?
Oh.
Did you like it?
The cliffhanger.
Did you like it?
The cliffhanger.
What is Mark going to tell us? I want to hear, what do you think Mark's involvement in this is?
Well, I thought he was just a victim. Uh-huh. But now I'm not so sure.
We don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
What do y'all think? Let me know before you listen to the next episode.
I don't even want to say it. I think, I mean, obviously he has to have some kind of involvement here.
You would think, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe little Herbert
Herb. Herbie.
went to him and was like, bro, I'm really sorry I tried to kill you, but I need your help. Come with me to Canada. I got an elaborate thing set up, but I'm gonna need some help fulfilling it.
We'll see.
Does Mark have the VHS tapes? That's what I need to know.
No.
I got real country layer.
Not that he ever gave. He did not give anybody the tapes. But he knows a lot of details about the tapes. He knew where the cameras were in the house. I'll leave you on a cliffhanger.
Well, I don't like Mark anymore. And darn you for that.
Survivor or Storyteller?
That's good. But I also, now I'm like, why did you go to the police in the first place then?
Why did he? What motivation would he have to pin blame on Herb?
Well, all right. Part 3, me.
See you back for part 3, everybody.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the audience.
Yes. You're like, tell me right now.
We were just like chatting. I'm like, forgot. Okay. All right. No, this was great. The vibes were crazy off in that story.
But they're always on here with us.
There we go. All right.
Love ya. Bye.
Bye. I'm back.
Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or YouTube.
You can also find us on Instagram at The Vibes Were Off, TikTok at The Vibes Were Off Podcast, or good old-fashioned email at thevibeswereoff@gmail.com.